let's talk about bunions for a few minutes. Now, I used to, the one part of the family that was fun for me was my mother and my aunt, her only sister. I adored her. I just adored her. And because it looked like she was happy. Everybody else, all the females were depressed. I have a picture of my aunt, not my aunt, my mother, my grandmother, Nanny, we called her Nanny, grandmother and Nanny, that's the same person, Jane, grandmother. There's something going wrong up here. It's been a terrible year. And okay, my grandmother was on the sofa, I was there, and my mother, and the picture should have a caption that basically reads, 3 Jews just waiting for death. It is the most depressing, and I look like miserable. My friend calls it the puss. The puss. You've got the puss on, which I do when I go to work. That's why, I usually don't get along with I like the clients. I like working with mentally ill, substance abuse, homeless people. I do, because to me I don't know why. Maybe I'm looking at my future. I don't really, and my past. Okay, so this is, let's eat up some time, Jane, with bullshit. So, the bunion. Both my mother and my aunt, the kitchen was fun for me, just sitting with the two of them. My aunt came over a lot because she was too cheap to cook her own meals. Saved a fortune. Was a secretary, saved a fortune. She probably had like about $500,000 when she died. And she was a secretary. And she also, men gave her money, which I don't know what that really implies. I ran. If a man had money, I ran in the other direction. What a schmuck. But, what a schmuck. Okay, so they were talking about, they're both were wearing sandals, and they both had bunions. And if you don't know what a bunion is, get older and you'll find out. I'm just not in the mood to describe bunions. But they're really repulsive. You don't look good in sandals. If you have them removed, it really hurts, and they grow back. So it's really worth it. So they said to me, you see the bunion, how could I miss it? You're basically shoving it in my face at this point. And my aunt was a little classier, my mother was smoking incessantly. My aunt was reapplying her red lipstick every time she took a sip of coffee. And my mother she would look at me and say, someday, Janie, someday you're going to inherit a bunion.